Hello, believers of Christ. Hope you're doing well. So today I'll be taking you guys through Genesis 3 verse 12. And it says, "And the man said, The woman who thou gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." That's the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Blame game. Blame game. Blame game. The blame game has begun. So this verse has 5 main teachings or lessons we can take away from it. The first one, blaming others instead of taking responsibility. Accountability, man. There was no accountability in the Garden of Eden after that fruit was eaten, man. No accountability. Adam and Eve failed the accountability test. Instead of confessing his sin, Adam blamed Eve for giving him the fruit. He even indirectly blamed God. The woman who you gave to be with me. Yeah, Adam blamed God. He was like, God, it's you who gave me this woman, and she's the one who gave me this fruit. I know nothing. I'm confused. Suggesting that God was partly responsible, but God wasn't responsible, and that's why he messed up. Like, this verse is very deep. That's why he messed up, man. There's so much in this verse. So much. This shows that sin often leads people to shift blame rather than take responsibility. The second teaching, excuses do not remove guilt. Adam still admitted, I did eat, but he tried to justify it by blaming Eve. This teaches that no matter how much we try to excuse sin, we are still responsible for our actions. Yes, we can't escape our actions. Actions speak louder than words. Like Adam was yapping, man. He was yapping. No, not in a bad way. He was yapping, man. This was yap, man. He was yapping because he ate the tree. He should have just been accountable. But accountability, like the circumstances in the scenario were just, there was too much at stake. So we have to understand also Adam's, but we have to understand him, and also we can choose not to understand Adam. But yeah, it's about perspective. In this verse, the perspectives in this verse are so broad. You can look at it in so many ways. I was surprised when I was going through this verse. I was so surprised. Sin damages relationships. The third teaching. Before sin, Adam and Eve had perfect unity. Genesis 2 verse 25. Now Adam turns against Eve. Marital issues, man. The marriage ain't looking good. Against Eve trying to protect himself. This shows how sin causes division in relationships between spouses, friends, and even between people and God. Yes, sin is what causes relationships to fail and last. Relationships to fail and like deteriorate. So it deteriorate. Sin. Once sin is involved, the relationship always gets muddy and messy. God holds everyone accountable individually. Even though Eve gave Adam the fruit, he still chose to eat it. Yes. Adam tried escaping sin, but it was too late. Because his actions here spoke louder than the words he was saying. This teaches that we cannot blame others for our own sinful choices. God holds us accountable for what we do. As seen in Romans 14 verse 2. That's a spoiler. We'll get there. True repentance requires honesty. Adam could have confessed and asked for mercy, but instead he made excuses, as human nature always dictates. God desires confession, not blame shifting, as seen in 1 John 1 verse 9. Again, that's a spoiler. We'll get there. We as Christians should take responsibility for our actions. We should not blame others for our mistakes. Yes, we should never blame others for our mistakes. Because we made the mistakes. Accountability is the main teaching in this Genesis 3 verse 12. We as Christians should be accountable always for our actions. Whether good or bad, accountability is the main word here. Or the main spirit here. The spirit of accountability is very important for us Christians. Especially when we sin. Very important. We should own up to them and seek God's forgiveness. Yes, we should own up for our mistakes and seek God's forgiveness, mercy and grace, always. Excuses don't remove consequences. That's just a fact. Excuses don't remove consequences. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. We should be honest before God, always. Honesty with God is the policy, always. We should recognize sin's impact on relationships. Sin creates division, repentance. If sin creates division, repentance and forgiveness can restore unity and relationships. We as Christians should understand that we have free will, and we should use our free will wisely and in a godly way. Even when tempted, we always have a choice. Yes. Even when sin comes knocking at your door, we as Christians should remember we have a choice not to sin every day. You have a choice not to sin every day and do the right thing. We all have choices. So it's up to us to take accountability for our actions and make the right choices every day as Christians. We should choose obedience to God always. Yes. Obedience to God is very amazing. If we obey God, things just work out for us in our lives. So that's all I had for today, guys. Thank you very much. God bless.